Welcome to another episode of Follow the Brand TV. I am your host, Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM, a 5-star personal brand and business development company. I want to take you on a journey through another deep dive into the world of personal branding and business development using compelling personal stories, business conversations, and tips to improve your brand. By listening to the Follow the Brand TV series, you will differentiate yourself from the competition and build trust with prospective clients and employers. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Make it one that will set you apart, build confidence, and reflect who you are. Building your 5-star personal brand is a great way to improve your skills and knowledge. If you have any questions for me or any of my guests, please email me at grant.mcgaugh@5starbdm.com. Now, let's begin with our next episode on the Follow the Brand TV.
Five-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
Some people build brands, but Anne-Marie Sorrell builds movements that outlast moments. Her journey is not just about business success, but about creating lasting impact that reaches far beyond the boardroom. When the recession struck, contracts disappeared. Still, Anne-Marie refused to give up. Plan A means I'll pivot, but I won't quit. Every setback became a stepping stone as she transformed challenges into strategies for growth and resilience. Anne-Marie's approach is simple, yet powerful. If there's no table, build one, and bring your community with you. For 2 decades, she has turned ideas into real impact, always focusing on access, equity, and empowerment rather than applause. To Anne-Marie, branding is much more than a logo. Branding isn't an image, it's how you show up every single day. Her story is about legacy, leadership, and the courage to start before the doors even open. As Anne-Marie says, the story isn't over, it's expanding. Discover more on From Plan A to Global Impact, now streaming on the Follow the Brand podcast. Listen at 5starbdm.com.
Welcome, everybody, to the Follow the Brand podcast. This is your host, Grant McGaugh, and I get to bring it all the way back to West Palm Beach, Florida. And I get to talk to one of my favorite people. I've been knowing her for so long. We've been running in the same circles. We always see each other. If it was a Nazi event, she was there. If she was doing something in Palm Beach, I'm there. And we're going back and forth. And here it is. I lived in Miami Gardens for almost 30 years. She is doing big, big things in the city from a marketing perspective. I am so very, very proud of you. So very proud to have you, the CEO and owner of the Mosaic Group, on the Follow the Brand show. So I want to thank you. Please introduce yourself, and then we'll get into our discussion.
Oh, Grant, thank you so much for having me. I've been a fan of you since my early days in Nasi, which was like 2000, maybe 4 or 5, before I even started Mosaic.
That's something.
So I'm really happy to be on the show. Thank you for having me. I'm Anne Marie Sorrell, President and CEO of the Mosaic Group. We're an award-winning marketing, advertising, public relations, and community engagement agency. We have been in business for 20 years. We just celebrated our 20th anniversary 2 weeks ago, and looking forward and cheers to 20 more and beyond. So just super excited about the work that we get to do and honored about the communities that we get to serve, not just in South Florida, but we recently expanded to the Caribbean as well. So we're looking forward to building our footprint through the Caribbean with our headquarters in Jamaica and, hopefully beyond throughout the CARICOM.
Man, I'm loving that. I made my move to St. Croix. You're in Jamaica. We talked about that. We really got to just create that brotherhood that is there. You've been doing, I'm telling the Mosaic Group, people don't know, you've delivered more than 500 campaigns. 500, that's a big number. And that includes some major work like what we just talked about with Miami Gardens. You're doing some premier global events. A lot of these are event destinations. But my question for you is this, and we talk about brand authority. What have been your keys to building brand authority, not just for your clients, but for yourself as a leader?
Yeah, I think it's first the key is understanding and setting a goal of how you want to position your brand. Like, how do you want to show up for people, your consumer, your target audience, if it's the healthcare industry, your patient population, whatever that audience, that constituency is, like, how do you want to be positioned for them? How do you want to show up for them? Branding is not just about a logo. It's the look, it's the feel, it's the messaging, it's the attitude, it's the culture, it's the representation, it's all of that about the brand. So when we're working with our clients, we're really trying to understand, how do you want to be positioned in the marketplace? And then it gets into more of the, how do you want to be found, accessed, et cetera. So the same thing with Mosaic, how do we want to be positioned in the marketplace? We've always been that company that's about impact, right? And how do we not only make impactful campaigns and meaningful campaigns for our clients, but how do we work on issues that matter, causes that matter, things that are going to change lives, empower lives, move the needle, things that are a movement, right? So that's been our brand positioning, our brand focus, and it makes us super proud of the work that we do, especially when we know we're here. Whether it's bringing employment to a community, or education to a doorstep, or a healthcare issue that some of us may not be aware of, that you should be, checked out for and tested for, whatever. So it's all of that. It's the brand positioning. So that's the main tip is, how do you want to show up? How do you want to be positioned? How do you go beyond just the logo? What's your key messaging? What's your look and feel? What's the culture of your brand? So those are just some of the key tips.
No, those are great keys. I do a lot in the personal brand space, and I just love how you gravitated to positioning, because it is so important. And then how you back into everything that I always bring to my clients, and that is, you have to have a point of view. That's a point of differentiation. What is your point of view that then bolts into your personal story? And then you have to have some type of platform, right? Some kind of platform that you're going to deliver that particular message on, and then you get into that positioning. You said it so well. Now, you often say content is king, but marketing is queen. So I want to know, from that philosophy, how does that philosophy shape the way you help businesses and communities stand out in a crowded market?
Absolutely. So storytelling, right? Every person, every brand, every company has a story, and the story continues to evolve. It continues to change, whether on a daily basis or whatever time frame. Stories evolve, but for a lot of companies, no one knows their story.
Mm-hmm.
And if no one knows your story, then how are you resonating? How are you relating? So how can you be relatable? So when it comes to content, it's first of all, do you have a story to tell? And then can you create content around that story? For some people, they think content is just, videos or photos, or a text here. It's all of that, right? It's all of it. Before it was called content, we called it copy.
All right.
Copywriting, we called it that. But content is a combination of various things. But what it comes down to is it relatable? Does it connect? Right? And does it cause the targeted person or audience to take action? Right? Is it actionable? Because if your content is just out there and there's no action to it, then you're just kind of, So, and it goes back to that initial, what we said in the beginning was, what's the positioning? How do you want to show up? What's your goal? What's your objective? So, developing a content strategy, and this is the very important part.
Yes.
The strategy. A lot of folks, so let's just take social media, for example. I have a social media account. I'll just put out whatever on there. And that's fine if you don't want to have a intentional purpose, if you don't want to connect, if you don't want to have action taken, then yeah, just put anything out there. But you need, from a business perspective, you need a strategy. So what's your story? What's your strategy? And then how do you now develop content that fits that story and strategy and on the appropriate platforms, because our platforms are not created equal. Mm-hmm. So each platform has a specific audience and they respond in a specific way. So your content also has to speak to that audience and how they respond. So content in itself is such a, it's literally like its own discipline within marketing, literally.
I agree. I totally agree with you there. I mean, you just took us through, I would say, a master class. And when you're looking at marketing for what it really is, people don't, I think they overgeneralize what you can do in the marketing context, meaning you just went like, yeah, you could do it yourself and you can, put some content out there. They've made it so easy to put content out there. But if you don't have the intentionality and understanding, again, understanding your own story, what is important to your audience, not just to yourself, but what's important to your audience as you're building that out. And if you don't think along those lines, you're just like on Facebook. Facebook really is a social media platform, right? I mean, really social. I mean, family, friends, they might be interested in what you did last night and interested in, getting together with certain people and you're celebrating, just like we just had, some time in the holidays and that kind of thing. Very, very good platform. May not resonate as well like on a LinkedIn platform. That's more of a business platform. So understanding platform is very, very important in what you're looking to do. Now, you also brought up something I love, and that's the personal story. You have a personal story. And your personal story, as I've gone through it, to me, it resonates with resilience. You've spoken about your journey from Jamaica to Pahokee and the resilience it took to grow from those roots into a global influencer that you are today. My question is this: what moment tested you most, and how did your faith help you keep moving forward?
Oh man, what moment tested me most, man? I would say the recession, right? Because that was a moment of just, it was so much happening, right? There was this new business within the first 3 years, things are going great, we're climbing, and then all of a sudden the recession hits, Bernie Madoff happens, we had a lot of nonprofit organizations, and we just got contract canceled because these nonprofits didn't know what they were going to do because their money was tied up in this scandal. And then you had the recession hit. We had some government contracts. We were just getting into government contracting, and those were paused. Big initiatives like big reservoir projects, multi-million-dollar projects, paused indefinitely. So going from income to no income, having to get super creative. I had only been a homeowner for about 2.5 years. Had gone through a horrible relationship, just broke my heart into pieces, not to mention also finances and everything else.
Yeah.
And so during that time, it was just turmoil. So business, like trying to keep the doors open, trying to figure out where I'm going to live. My house went into foreclosure, and then became an overnight parent to my niece. So during that time, it was like, oh my God. And mind you, I had just turned 30. Not even, I think I was like 29, 30, whatever, somewhere in that phase. And so all of this was happening at the same time. And I honestly did not know how I was going to survive at all. I just knew that I had to have a tremendous amount of faith. I had to rely on some relationships with my family and close friends. And I had to continue to believe in that this is going to work. I remember a couple years before I had read Think and Grow Rich, and there was a part in there about plan A and plan B. And I was like, this is my plan A. There's no plan B. I got to make this work. And that means if I have to create events, if I have to and charge $5, if I have to do some pro bono work, I went and taught as an adjunct professor at our local college, whatever I needed to do to make sure that I survived, the company survived, my family survived. I did every single thing that I needed to do. I penny pinched. I remember like living on $20 for like 2 weeks.
That's yes.
I think I ate so many bags of tilapia, Grant. So my friends like tease me like, well, you just had curry tilapia, baked tilapia, fried tilapia.
I feel you. Yeah, at least you had tilapia. That's good.
But that's real. That was, that's and to me that was one of the most resilient times. And I had to learn from that to go from here to like rock bottom and try to rebuild, and thank God, like I had so many lessons in that experience and I was able to rebuild to where we are today. It's amazing. It's an amazing testimony. And I have no regrets because had I not gone through that, I wouldn't be able to survive the pandemic and God knows whatever we're going through right now.
I'm glad you brought that up. I want people to really lean in what you just said because leaders are not trained. I think leaders are forged. That kind of experience forged you into the person that you are right now. And without it, you wouldn't be as diligent and resilient that you are in order to face so many different things. Now, you also launched the first National Black Economic Conference. I think it was in 2020. That was during the pandemic. And that took courage, right? That took a lot of courage to do that. My question again is in this resilience world, because resilience is a part of my BRAVE framework. And I hit on that because so many people, when they start out in business and they look so fun, they get the messaging that comes out like, hey, if I just do these 3 things, I'm going to be rich. If I just do this is like driving up to a fast food restaurant. Like, you're going to need some resilience. So what did resilience look like for you in that moment as far as the National Black Economic Conference? And I think now you're in your 11th year. How did that grow out of a season of uncertainty?
Oh, man. So just to backtrack a bit. So in 2010, again, around this time, I don't even know it. I was reading the Black Enterprise magazine, and there was an article in there about National Black Business Month. And I remember seeing that. I was like, well, I've never seen anything happen for National Black Business Month. I never heard of this. And so I remember reaching out to some colleagues, and I said, hey, we got to do something here in South Florida. So I initially created the State of the Black Business Forum and invited one of the founders of National Black Business Month, flew him out from California, brought him here, and he was here to facilitate our first National Black Business Month event. And we did the State of the Black Business for, I believe, 6 or 7 years. And then we turned it to the South Florida Black Economic Forum. So we changed it to that because I said, you know what? We know what the state of the Black business is.
Okay.
How do we talk economics? Because that's really what it comes down to. So it became the South Florida Economic Forum for about 3 years. And then the pandemic happened. George Floyd's situation happened, or murder, let's call it what it is, happened. And we were not going to be able to do the conference that year. And it was the year that we were like, we're not launching this nationally. And so that was already the vision pre-pandemic to say, okay, 2020, we're going to make it the National Black Economic Conference instead of the South Florida, because we wanted to bring in speakers from around the country. But it wasn't just about speakers. Again, we know what the problems are. What are the solutions? What are the opportunities? What are the economic opportunities? How do we really create wealth in our community? And so that was the vision and mission of the forum from the start. And so here it is, 2020, businesses are closing left and right, pandemic, people dying. We got the murder of George Floyd that had just happened that June. And I told my team, I was like, we can't just sit back. We can't. I'm not a sit back type of person. We got to do something. Let's figure this thing out. We'll make it happen virtually, right? And so we found a platform that we could do the conference and the expo and everything virtually. And man, when I tell you, we had some of the most amazing talent from around the country and even internationally. We had His Excellency from Ghana. We had some ambassadors and ministers from the Caribbean. We had South Florida leaders. We had NBC's VP at the time, Honeypot founder. Just we had some heavy hitters in business, but more importantly, we gave people the opportunity to learn about emerging markets, to learn about what resources were available to them, grants that were coming out from these corporations who, felt like, oh, we got to do something. It was probably one of the most phenomenal virtual or even events as a whole that we had put on. And we didn't have sponsors. This was just like, we're doing it because we got to make it happen.
Yeah.
We got to do it for the culture. That's what it was.
I'm glad you did. I think that bodes well in what you just described in what I call in my blueprint strategy is around authenticity and being authentic in your brand, authentic in what you're doing. So you say, no, this is not just about the money. This is about my beliefs. This is what I know that is the right thing to do. And I feel that from you, the authenticity of it. Now, you wrote a book called Chronicles of a Serial Dater, which blended a whole bunch of humor. It was, you had some fun in it, but it showed your vulnerability, a lot of life lessons. My question for you is around, and I think this will help people when it comes to authenticity and what they're doing. Some people have this, what do you call it? The imposter syndrome type thing. I want to know from you, what did embracing authenticity in such a personal way teach you about leadership and about influence?
Well, when I look at authenticity, I'm glad you asked this question because I often get this from a lot of professionals, especially women, especially women in corporate. Mm-hmm. How do I show up as my authentic self? How do you do it? You just seem so authentic. And so the first thing I say is, well, I only know how to be me. I only know how to be myself, number one. And I think once you tap into yourself, like, who are you? Or you ask yourself, who am I? Who am I at my core? What are my core values? What does life mean to me? What is my purpose? Why am I here? And even in every decision you make, what's my why, right? So I do my best to show up as me, like all of me. And all of me may not gel with everyone. I get that, right? But I believe that when you show up as your true self and you're able to honor and walk in your truth, whatever your truth is, I just shared some things that some people know, some people don't know, right? But that's my truth. When I wrote the book Chronicles of a Serial Dater, it was my truth. It's not that I'm a serial dater on purpose. No, it's just how life has kind of evolved about dating and relationships. And it's my truth. And I bared my soul in that book. And there were so many people, men and women, who were able to relate to it. But I showed my vulnerability. I said, well, hopefully there's a lesson in every story, good, bad, or indifferent, or funny even, for every woman who reads it, or in every man who reads it. Because I had a lesson for men, a lesson for women after every story. But it was my truth, and it was what I thought someone else could gain from it that may resonate with them. So authenticity is really just standing in your truth and living your truth every single day. Don't hide from it. Don't put the mask on. Everybody wants you to wear a mask, right? To send your representative.
Right.
No, I'm not sending my representative. This is Anne Marie Sorrell. This is who you get every single time. These are my beliefs. And again, they may not be in alignment, and that's okay, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that that's the main thing is if you're being your authentic self, people will appreciate that. I always tell girls that I mentor, don't try to be who you saw on Instagram or TikTok nowadays, or that celebrity you admire. Yes, you can be inspired by, but you can't be them. God created you uniquely.
That's right.
You got to be who you are and who God created you to be. And sometimes you don't know who you are. It develops. We're all developing, discovering, and refining along the way. But embrace who you are, both on the outside and the inside. And once you embrace it, everybody else will. When I decided to wear a bald head because of alopecia, I could have done all types of other things, wore a wig, etc. Every now and then I play around with a wig. But I didn't feel like I was being me. I remember wearing a wig for like 6 months before I just said, I'm done. And I didn't feel, it was something about it, just didn't feel genuine. It didn't feel like it was me. It felt like I was just putting on this mask every day. And I couldn't go out into the world with this mask on. It just didn't feel right, Grant. I was,
Oh man, I hear the audience clapping right now, being your authentic self. It had to be freeing for you as well.
Yes.
Look, it's who I am. I'm good with it. I hope you're good with it too. That's
right.
it.
And if not, that's okay.
Okay.
It might not be your cup of tea.
Right. There's nothing. But you have to get above that, right? That's
Yeah.
overcoming your own inner self, your own inner fears, some of the hangups that you have. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it takes a bold, you don't have to be bold and then step out on some faith about that, but you're being your authentic self. Now, one of the other things that you're doing that I think you stand in that authenticity is around your, I think it's Cannabiziac, right? And
Cannabiziac, yes.
now this is cool. People, you're gonna love this because you centered around equity and access in an industry that's often closed off to minorities. You know, when we're talking about the hemp world, right? Now, how do you use authenticity to advocate for inclusion while also building credibility in a highly, highly regulated market?
Well, let me backtrack because I think it's important to understand the birth of Cannabiziac.
Mhm.
The birth of it was that as I was looking for information myself, trying to be educated, trying to understand where the economic opportunities were in the industry, the doors were closed or the circles were so tight that people that looked like you and me was not there. We weren't at the table.
Right.
I'm talking about specifically here in Florida. It was very few of us at the table in the room, the rooms that I went in early on. And so I remember like reaching out to people after I'd go to an event and Didn't get a call back, didn't get an email back. And I'm like, all right, cool. No table. What do? We build one. And so that was the birth of Cannabiziac, to say I can't be the only one looking for this information. I can't be the only one that's interested in this industry. And I definitely can't be the only one who wants to know how we can build our community economically and address certain health disparities, because we got to look at the health side of the plant. And so that's how Cannabiziac came about, was creating something that I knew was missing because I was looking for it. Mm-hmm. And so that's where we came about. And so again, to do that authentically this is my truth. And I'm sure it's true for others.
Right.
Let me create an opportunity. Let me shed light on something that's taboo. Let me inform, especially our community, of where we may be potentially missing out because we're still conditioned by what we were taught about cannabis or marijuana or ganja, whatever you want to call it, about it, and the war on drugs that literally destroyed our communities. But others are benefiting and making millions of dollars from this plant, while our community, many people from our community, are still locked up and spending time for the plant. So I wanted to bring awareness to the injustice. I wanted to bring awareness to the benefits, health benefits, medical benefits of the plant, or even just social benefits. And I want to bring awareness to the economic opportunities, because I do believe that the cannabis industry can be the great equalizer for brown and Black communities, especially Black communities. But we got to learn and be educated about it.
You got the vision that you have is spot on. And you said we are usually the end user, let's say, of the plant, but we're not the producer, or the distribution of the hemp, and what you can be used in so many different ways, so many different ways. So then if you begin to see what traditionally has been happened in our community, that you just locked out of the economics of how this is happening, right? And then you've got to open it up, because you're about, when you look at MBEC, it's a signature platform for you. It's the Black economic empowerment. And I'd say this, in looking beyond its origins, how do you see now you've got all these different platforms that you're working on. What is the long-term vision and role that you feel that you have in reshaping opportunities nationwide from the Mosaic Group?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. At our 20th anniversary 2 weeks ago, we just launched Mosaic Global Group. And what we're doing is streamlining all of our various brands: Mosaic Group, Mosaic Cowork, Mosaic Wired, which is our technology arm, Mosaic Marketing, which is our Caribbean headquarters, and then, of course, our different initiatives, which includes the National Black Economic Conference, Mosaic Cares, which is our philanthropic arm, and eventually Cannabiziac plays a role in that as well. So we're streamlining under a consolidated brand, Mosaic Global Group. So you heard it here second, because we announced it at our event, but we haven't announced it publicly on our social platforms yet. So Mosaic Global Group, which is also an opportunity for us to acquire and merge with other brands. So we are looking for collaborative opportunities. We're looking for M&A opportunities to grow our talent, to grow our footprint, and more importantly, to grow our impact across the U.S. as well as other countries. So that's the big picture. Grant, I come with a big picture. That's the vision. That's the big picture. But, we can't do it all alone. I can't do it all alone. It's going to take a lot of strategic partners, a lot of support from our community. And I thank God for just the people like you, Grant, who, if I called and say, hey, Grant, I need you to just show up to this event or promote this or do whatever, you never said no, right? So I'm so grateful for people like yourself, all those who supported any effort, initiative that has been put in my spirit to launch over these 20 years. I appreciate that support. And as we grow internationally, we're going to need more of that. We're going to need a lot of that.
Yeah. All of us got to work together because
Yes.
it's so important. That's when you get into what I call the execution role, right? That last part of the BRAVE framework, execution. You're executing now. Now, you've won more than 25 awards for your leadership, your community service. You've got a lot of execution strategies. You're grounded in discipline. You've got daily practices, what you need, and your faith. How does that all come together for you? And more importantly, I want you to tie in women, immigrants, minority entrepreneurs who've been inspired. You've inspired and that are inspired by your story. What execution advice would you give about turning a bold vision that you've had into a movement that will last?
First, I'd say if you have vision and you're a visionary, stand by your vision, because you're going to have both naysayers that are just like thinking you're crazy and don't do this and, oh, that's too risky, or, why now? Or you're going to have a lot of that, right? And some of it's valid, right? From some people, right? But then you're going to have those who are like, I got you. No matter what you're doing, I'm on board. Let's go.
Yeah.
And you kind of need a balance of both, because some people are going to give you that reality check for you to at least think about and ponder on. But if it's your vision, and I feel like everything I've done has been spirit led. So, and that's why I'm able to move by faith and with faith. So if you have a vision, move forward, stand by it, no matter what, like just stand by it. I believe in plan A's. Like if that's my plan A, that's what I'm moving on. Because when you have those plan B, C, D, E, F, you create this level of doubts. You create this level of, okay, well, if that don't work out, let me just move over here. And that's why some people never really move their projects or their dreams forward, because they got too many backup plans, right? So I have an unwavering faith about my plan A. Even if I got to pivot, tweak it, pause, come back to it, it's the plan A that I continue to work, and my plan A just evolves, as you can see, with different branches, but they all come back to my core purpose and mission. So also know your mission. What's your personal mission? My personal mission is to make an impact, meaning that I make the world, and that's my world around me. I can't make the big world, but maybe the big world, I don't know. But the people around me, my family, my friends, my community, my employees and team, are they better when they left than before they met me?
I love that. Are they better off with or without you? You cannot deny the result of all the things that you've done. When you look at the outcomes, they speak for themselves. You put in the hard work, you stay with your plan B, and then here you are, Mosaic Group 20 years later, here you are, you're doing it big. Now, I only got one more question to ask you. Probably my most important question today is, now this is your first interview on the Follow Brand podcast with me. How did you feel?
Oh, it feels great. Like I'm with you, Grant. First of all, Grant, you yourself, let me give you your flowers. You've been such a tremendous leader in our community, whether it's in the field of healthcare, leadership, IT. You are a tremendous leader. Like I said, I got an opportunity to meet you years ago, and you've been so supportive. My baby girl, when she was enrolling and looking to enroll in healthcare administration program, I called you. You're the first person. I was like, hey, can I have her reach out to you? Can you give us some pointers, right? So I know you've mentored young people. So to be here and share a stage with you, a spotlight with you, for you to spotlight me, This is amazing. Like, I'm honored. I'm humbled, and I appreciate you. And I thank you for all you do, all your support over the years. Even if we don't talk every day, every month, or every year, I know that when I call you or when you call me, we're going to pick up the phone. And I'm so grateful for you. So thank you for this opportunity. This feels great. This is amazing, and I'm honored.
Oh man, back at you. This is beautiful. Thank you for those flowers. They're very colorful.
Yes.
Very, very nice. So you got to tell the audience how to contact you. How do they get in touch with the Mosaic Group? How can they get on board? Because you are more than a marketing agency. You are a movement, and people that resonate with you, they want to say, hey, I need to bring my vision, what I'm doing, and make it visible. And you can do that with the Mosaic Group.
Absolutely. So you can reach the Mosaic Group at mosaicgroup.co. If you want to learn more about our global initiative, mosaicglobalgroup.co. Of course, you can call us at 561-651-9565 is our corporate headquarters number. And of course, follow the Mosaic Group on social media so you can get all of our updates, all of our great content that we're rolling out. And if you are in need of a marketing firm that's going to take you to the next level, of course, we're here to help you do that. But we are also looking for collaborators, strategic partners, investors. If you're a company or agency out there and you're about to retire and you want to work with an agency or, transition with an agency, that's what Mosaic Global Group is about. If you're a new startup and you want to be a part of a growing global entity, we're looking for you as well. So many opportunities to partner with us. And of course, come to our upcoming events that we have as well.
And you got your new show. You said you're going to invite me out to that show. I can't wait.
Yes. So if you don't, so two things. You can follow me with MIA Media Group. It's not my company, but I'm a show host for Legacy Leaders, where we have great leaders. Looking to have Grant on the show soon. But then Tea with Anne Marie is going to be a relaunch. And with that, we're launching the Live Audaciously segment, which ties into a planner and journal that I am currently publishing that will be ready for the 2026 year. So look out for Live Audaciously, which is like a new branding campaign, personal branding campaign, because I do believe in living your most audacious and authentic life, and launching the planner and that segment on Tea with Anne Marie, which Grant will be a guest on. So listen out for that coming up soon as well. And you can also go to AnneMarieSorrell.com, which will be updated with all that information as well.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you again. And your entire audience can tune into all the episodes on Follow the Brand at 5-Star BDM. That is number 5. That is star. That is B for brand, D for development, Infomasters.com. I want to thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Man, who's your favorite podcaster? Man, Grant. Man, I love Grant's podcast. Well, who's Grant? I'm going to send you the link. I love Grant.
I love the interview. I've done a lot of these, and this is a great one. It's always great to talk to people who know what they're doing, and it's clear you're a great host, and you've done this many times before.
I feel great that we're having this conversation here. Met a new person in business who I previously didn't know.
It was an amazing podcast. Grant is an amazing interviewer. I learned a lot.
Really enjoyed this. Great questions, great talk track. Super appreciate you having me on. It's been a very fun episode to talk about a lot of things that I don't always get to dive into. So this has been a fantastic conversation.
I wouldn't be where I am here today, of course, not on this stage. However, not in my current business projection and my current business model without working with you.
What if leadership wasn't about titles, but trials? What if your breakthrough lay beyond fear? In First Light, the brave path to authentic leadership, embark on a journey of courage, truth, and purpose. Face the wolf. Hear first thunder. Wield the sword and shield. This is more than a book. It's a calling. Are you ready for First Light? Healthcare is evolving rapidly, and future leaders must adapt swiftly. Dr. Sandra Dunbar Smalley shares her journey from clinician to chief learning officer, highlighting the essence of modern leadership. Transitioning from the clinical floor to the executive suite requires more than just expertise. Dr. Dunbar Smalley emphasizes that leadership today isn't about having all the answers. It's about fostering environments where innovation, learning, and human connection can thrive. While mentors provide invaluable guidance, sponsors are crucial for creating opportunities. Dr. Dunbar Smalley underscores the importance of both in navigating the path to leadership. Many leaders, including Dr. Dunbar Smalley, experience imposter syndrome. Yet, they continue to step forward, embracing challenges and growing through them. Discover the 3 pillars transforming healthcare leadership: leading self, leading others, and leading results. These principles guide leaders in creating impactful change. Don't just listen, lead. Subscribe now to Follow the Brand podcast.
Sometimes when you have a particular skill set, you may not even feel you can move in different avenues, but someone will see that. So I think there are 2 camps of people: those that really want to climb that ladder and they're very eager to do it. And then there are those that I call the reluctant leader, where doors may be open and you have to choose whether you're going to go into them. And so I'm in that second camp where I've really just accepted and felt very blessed that people have said, I'd like to give you this opportunity.
The difference between influence and legacy, it's the platform that carries your voice. You're not visible because you lack talent. You're visible because your brand doesn't speak. I've built 5-star BDM to change that. Most leaders have the expertise, but not the presence, the vision, but not the vehicle. Across 3 cities, one brand is helping leaders rise above the noise. Here in the heart of Omaha, strategy isn't left to chance. It's engineered with precision. In Omaha, we engineered your executive brand, AI-powered, data-driven, precise. TISA went from a local nonprofit to a national speaker in 90 days. We don't guess your brand strategy, we build it. On the shores of St. Croix, your brand takes on depth and meaning, shaped through curated retreats and legacy experiences. In St. Croix, strategy becomes soul. Our retreats don't just refine your message, they rediscover your mission. One founder rewrote his entire company story here. Funding followed 30 days later. This is where leaders remember who they were meant to be. In Vibrant Miami, momentum meets amplification, transforming your voice into a movement. In Miami, your brand becomes a movement. Business development accelerators, audience building. Joy came with an old website and an outdated company name, but she left with 5,000 followers and a waiting list. This is where you scale with soul. 3 cities, 1 mission, your legacy ignited. It started with a thread. Let's pull it together. Stop blending and start leading. 5-star BDM, where legacy is engineered, embodied, and ignited. Visit 5starbdm.com and book your brand audit today.
The 5-star BDM LinkedIn social selling course can help you stand out and attract the right connections and opportunities. We will help you professionally create your profile, provide personalized recommendations for improvement, and help you create and share engaging content to help you showcase your skills and expertise. Our 5-step course makes connecting with industry experts, finding job opportunities, and building meaningful relationships easy. Social selling can be an effective way for you to generate leads and close deals, but it does have its challenges. Our course will help you solve the problems associated with digital networking. If you need help personalizing your outreach and messaging, which can lead to low response rates and a lack of engagement. If you need help targeting the right prospects, this course is for you. With so much noise on social media, it can be challenging to cut through the clutter and get your message in front of the right people. Our course will personalize your messaging using our targeting tools and research. You can identify and reach the right prospects. We will also show how to deliver high quality, valuable content that attracts and engages prospects and clients. The 5-star BDM LinkedIn social selling course will address these challenges by implementing best practices. As a result, you can improve your social selling efforts and generate better results. Are you looking to improve your LinkedIn profile and reach a wider audience? Social selling is an effective way for you to generate leads and close deals, but it does have its challenges. Some common problems we saw with social selling include lack of visibility. If your profile is not optimized or you're not actively participating in groups or sharing content, it can be difficult to get noticed on LinkedIn. Number 2, lack of personalization. Some businesses struggle with personalizing their outreach and messaging, which can lead to low response rates and a lack of engagement. Also, difficulty targeting the right prospects. It can be difficult to identify and target the right prospects on social media, especially if you don't have access to robust targeting tools. And number 4, outdated content. If your LinkedIn profile or content is not up to date, it can give the impression that you're not actively engaged on the platform or that your skills and experience are not current. And lastly, poor quality content and not leveraging video and picture to convey ideas. To solve these problems, the 5-star BDM LinkedIn Optimization Social Selling Video course will help you focus on personalizing your outreach and messaging to better connect with prospects. In module number 1, the foundation, we will help you create high quality, valuable profile that will attract and engage. In module 2, the story, optimizing your LinkedIn profile to make sure it is complete, accurate, and visually appealing. In module number 3, the experience, using your targeting tools and research to identify and reach out to the right prospects. In module number 4, engagement, establishing a consistent follow-up process to nurture leads and build relationships over time. And lastly, in number 5, execution. Understand the metrics to help you measure your brand effectiveness. By addressing these challenges and implementing best practices, you will improve your social selling with the 5-star BDM LinkedIn Optimization Social Selling course. Listen to what others have said about 5-star BDM.
Grant, I'll tell you why I'm here, right? I'm here because I love your brand. When we started chatting on LinkedIn, we connected. I checked you out and I go, man, this guy knows what he's talking about.
You were definitely instrumental in helping to shape that knowledge of who I am. Because at first I thought, well, I am an actress. I am a writer. I am a producer. I am a speaker. And so I said, well, I must be a creative communicator. I know that there is a narrative thread here, but you nailed it when you said you are a storyteller. So you brought it all together in this cohesive title.
Sign up today to improve your social selling opportunities.
In today's world, where every voice competes for attention, true influence stands out. One visionary has redefined the landscape of brand building. His name is Grant McGaw, and his innovative approach is setting new standards in the industry. Recognized among the top 30 global gurus in branding for 2025, Grant McGaw is a name synonymous with transformative brand leadership. His work is not just about creating brands, it's about crafting legacies. Through his visionary strategies, he is helping leaders across the globe redefine their impact and influence. At the heart of Grant's success is the revolutionary BRAVE framework. BRAVE stands for branding, resilience, authenticity, vision, and excellence. Each element is meticulously crafted to guide leaders in building brands that are not only successful, but also meaningful. Branding sets the foundation, resilience ensures longevity, authenticity builds trust, vision drives innovation, and excellence guarantees quality. This framework is where data meets storytelling and strategy meets authenticity. From healthcare to technology, Grant's methodology is reshaping how industries approach branding. His strategies are not confined to a single sector. They are universal, adaptable, and effective. By integrating the BRAVE framework, organizations are experiencing a transformation in how they connect with their audiences, ensuring their message resonates and endures. Grant McGaw's influence extends beyond frameworks. Through his best-selling books and the acclaimed Follow the Brand podcast, he shares insights and strategies that empower leaders to elevate their brand presence. These resources are a testament to his commitment to shaping the future of branding. Grant McGaw is not just influencing the present, he is shaping the future of brand influence. His work is a beacon for those seeking to lead with purpose and impact. By embracing his methodologies, leaders are equipped to navigate the complexities of modern branding with confidence and clarity. Discover the BRAVE approach to brand leadership and unlock the potential of your brand. At 5-Star BDM, where vision meets results, Grant McGaw invites you to embark on a journey of transformation. Experience the power of strategic branding and redefine your impact in the world. Your story is powerful. Your brand is valuable. Your business deserves to be seen, heard, and followed. The Black Business Olympics has given you the stage, showcasing Black entrepreneurs speaking on stage, networking, and leading their businesses. Now, let's take your business even further. With the Black Business Olympics logo and clips of past events and inspiring speakers, we celebrate the power of visibility and the impact of your unique story. Introducing 5-Star BDM's exclusive video creation services designed to transform your Black Business Olympics appearance into a powerful marketing tool. Our dynamic approach includes behind-the-scenes shots of video editing, branding consultations, and social media marketing. We take your business story and turn it into a high-impact video that attracts clients, builds trust, and opens doors to new business opportunities. With polished content, testimonials, and high-energy graphics, your brand will shine brighter than ever. Our process is simple and effective. Step 1. We extract the best moments from your Black Business Olympics speech. Step 2. We craft a compelling branded video with your business details, call to action, and testimonials. Step 3. You receive ready-to-share professional content for social media, websites, and email marketing. With our AI-enhanced video marketing strategies, your message reaches the right audience at the right time, so your business grows while you lead. Hear from successful entrepreneurs who have worked with 5-Star BDM. After working with 5-Star BDM, my brand awareness skyrocketed. My Black Business Olympics talk became my #1 lead generator. The video they created gave me the confidence to pitch my business to major investors. Game-changing service. These testimonials showcase the transformative power of our services and the success that follows. Your business is your legacy. Your story matters. Let's make it unforgettable. Use your videos to land deals, grow your online presence, and dominate your industry. The message is clear. Get your custom video today. Visit 5starbdm.com. 5-Star BDM. We build 5-star brands that people will follow. Are you ready to be next? Email Black Business Network for your special pricing.
Hey everyone, it's Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series, where I help you to build a 5-star brand that people will follow. My genius is personal brand development through intelligent communication and helping you achieve your business and career goals. I am a requested speaker on digital technology and brand development issues. I want to work with you to increase the value of your current opportunities while attracting new ones. Every one of you is unique, and we all share challenges that can be addressed
through smart branding. As a super connector, I work with you as an executive coach to guide you along the complicated business and career development road, providing the enhancement tools and information you need to succeed. Together, I will help you succeed in today's challenging business climate. I will evaluate and measure your progress. Best of all, I am right alongside you every step of the way. Build the brand called you. Genius is coming.
Tune in for our next show or click on our website at www.5starbdm/followthebrandtv. Thank you.